Well, hello, it's Sarah again, Painter Creator. As you can see, I've set my little minis up. I'm ready to have a little seaside paint again today. I'm just doing a few of the local paths and tracks through the sand dunes that are near me. So I'm going to use my little Meaden mop brush. The paper's from Temu. You get it in a big pack. Square 50 pieces watercolour paper. I think it's about £8 if that. So well worth having pre-cut paper, or you could just mask off your own size paper. It's fine. I'm just going to give my paints a little spritz. I've obviously got my water and my paper towels on standby. I use my Cotman watercolour set with a few additions in there. I've got a Daniel Smith ultramarine that's quite juicy, and a Daniel Smith burnt sienna in there that's quite juicy. And I've got a Potter's pink, which is quite a nice colour, but the rest are all Cotman colours. I'm just going to start off with a little mix of a bright sunny day for this one. I'm just going to drop in a little bit of ultramarine into that mix, particularly at the top, because your sky tends to be bluer at the top, leaving a few cloudy shapes. I'm going to probably lift out a few more in a little minute. So I've washed my brush, take the water out of my brush. I'm just going to scrub my hair. There we go. I'm just going to make that into more of a cloud. Drop some water on there. Lift it up with a dry bit of paper towel to create a few more clouds on this sunny day. I've mixed up a turquoisey colour. See, around here is quite green. So I'm just going to add some hooker's green. It's a useful colour, is hooker's green, but you don't want to use it straight from the pan because it's not very natural looking. So I'll just wash my brush. I'm going to bring a little bit of that wet, a little bit forward. So just add a tiny bit of raw umber for the sand under the sea. I'm just going to bring that forward and drop in some yellow ochre. And it's time to let this base wash dry. Okay, so we're dry now. I've just given my paints a little bit of a re-squirt So for this one, I'm thinking of a sort of a sand dune that's going to be larger on this side and a smaller one on that side, as if the path's sort of coming down here somewhere. So I've just grabbed my small 1/4 inch flat brush and I've mixed up some olivey green colour. So I'm going to take the excess off and I'm going to start using this sort of dry brush just to build up the outline of those sand dune areas that I want. And as you can see, that sort of split dry brush works really nicely at starting to get that shape that you might want. Really useful technique for that base layer. So I'm just going to add a little touch of phthalo blue into this and a little bit of sap green, because it's gone quite dark. So I'm going to take the excess up and I'm just going to just build a little bit of dimension into this drying wash, so you'll get softer lines at the bottom, but where it's dry you'll get quite nice mounds. So that's my little flat brush used, and then I'm going to transfer onto my trusty rigger brush. So here it is, it's my little number 0 rigger brush. Now I'm just going to start drawing up some taller grasses and reeds as like the first layer of this journey down onto the beach. The beach is one of my favourite spaces. Any of my friends will tell you that. I'm just adding a little bit of ultramarine now into that mix, just to darken it a little bit as I continue to sort of build up that sense of the grasses. So I'm going to keep this green. I'm just going to dry the mix, but I want to keep this green going, and whilst it's damp I'm just going to roll in using my little mop brush a little bit of sandy colour in the bottom here. That's just a yellow ochre. You can actually buy a colour that's called sand. I think it's by Holbein. Oh, I've got it. A little bit of. Remember, your colours will dry a little lighter. Not too much light, because we haven't done this wet on wet, but they will dry a little lighter. But I quite like this invitation down onto the beach. Just going to blend that bit in so it's not got a block. Still got that nice invitation there onto the beach, so I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so I just added a little bit of yellow ochre into this mix. I'm just going to paint on some little grass seed heads. lifting out the depth of some of them, particularly on the edges, and you don't want them to block the journey through the little mini painting, but you do want them to be there. So for this one I've just grabbed my it hasn't even got a number on it, but I think it looks a bit like a number 2. It's just got a fine point. I quite like it. It's out of a really early set of brushes that I got from the Works, which is a discount shop, a discount art and book shop here in the UK. So I'm just going to roll a bit of depth into there. So now I just want to add a little bit of a shadow. So I'm mixing up some Purple Lake and some ultramarine, and I'm just going to drop in a few sort of shadow colours. The sun's coming this way. Back in with my little sophomore brush, I can just soften some of that away. I might just drop in a little bit of those shadow colours into here using my little mop brush. And there we are. Little painting. Hold on, quite like that one. So the last bit, my signature. Sorry, I've got hiccups. My signature little birdies. So I'm just going to use some Mars Black and ultramarine mix for this one. My little rigger brush, taking the excess off. Maybe I took too much off there. So lovely, my big seagulls. There we go. I'll just leave him with one, I think, today. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. A nice little mini to start my day, and hopefully it will lift you and encourage you to do something similar with the energies that you've got. Have a lovely day, everyone. Can you like, subscribe, comment, and if you would like to purchase anything or commission anything, please do get in touch. I do have an online folksy shop, and I do also offer one-to-ones via Zoom, so happy to help.